Hi, I want to show you this organization tool that I bought, and I was going to return them, but I changed my mind and thought, well, I'll keep them because I could use them for a lot of different things. Not just what I initially got them for was a display case for, say, my crochet hooks. When I found those other things, the clear cubes, I decided to use those instead. But this I got first. What they are is, technically, they are a large shoe holder. They have air holes for stinky shoes, and they have a door that opens. So you can put your shoes in there and stack them up. Well, I guess if you have really nice shoes and stuff, and people like, they have that, they're the clutter bug that does this stuff, and yes, this is great. They're not expensive, they're lightweight, you can stack them. You can use them this way, you can use them this way, you can use them this way, whatever way you want. I'm going to show you how to put it together in case you decide you want to get some for something at your house, because there's a learning curve. I've already put 5 together, and I'm getting better, and I'm on my last one. So I wanted to show you. The body comes flat. It's a plastic, sort of like a very thick plastic, and it's scored. It has tabs on each end. So what you'd first do, there's instructions, so you can, if you do decide to get these, there's instructions. They're scored, so you fold them in. It's a tab. You fold the tab in, fold it all the way in so that it just sticks out on the other side. And there's one on this side. And then you turn it around and you do the same thing on the other side, which you would go towards you, and so that it sticks out. Oh, let's see if you can see this, if it sticks out just a little bit on the inside. And I've not had one of these go wrong as far as this tabs. Okay, now the rest of the body is scored as well. There's marks on it. So what you want to do is fold it on the mark and pinch it pretty good so that it will make a bend, and you need to have a bend in it. Can you see? Yeah, there needs to be a bend, like a 90 degree, 45, 90, in L shape, probably a 90. Okay, and then we do the other side so that we have a rectangle. Okay, now what you're going to do, the best way to do this is you set it down like flat, and you're going to do the bottom first. Okay, this is the way that I've been able to get it done the first. And what you do is you go ahead and you pop one side in. You're going to line up one corner, and then it gives you a chance to straighten things out a little bit and pop one side in. You'll hear a click when the little tab goes in. There's a hole right here, and that little plastic tab that you did will go inside of that and catch on the plastic that's sticking out. So pop one side in. And we do it this side first because you can still get your hands in there if you need to move it around. There, it popped. Now we go to the other side, and pretty much if you got one side in, the other side kind of evens out, it squares up. We'll do that again. Just kind of get that square. And if you need to, you can put your hand on the other side to straighten that out, but usually you don't. There, popped it in. It caught. You can see the little tabs here on the inside. Okay, now we turn it over, and we do the side with the door. Now, it doesn't really matter which side you put the door on because the tabs, you can turn them. I don't think it matters. Well, I will find out if it matters, because I don't know. So I have been doing it with this on the right side. I don't know. So I do the same thing on this side. Get the corner in first. This way, you can always open it if you need to handle it. So that's why I decided to do the bottom first. So I can adjust this if I need to get it in. I found that out after the first one. But the 6 came in a package. And this has a little magnet that keeps the door closed. There we go, we popped it in. And it has a little magnet, keeps the door closed. And this is kind of how it was designed to be used, this way and open like this. But you can also, if it suits your needs better, stack them like this. Put anything in here you want. I don't know how long it'll last, how sturdy it is. It's very lightweight, stackable, so I'm not sure what the weight limits are on it. The tabs on them are set up for it to be done this way. So you put them on top of each other, and then it has little holes in the sides here, and you would, like a thing you're hanging on the wall, has the little holes in it like the clock that you just slide over the nail, and you just line them up and pop it into place. There we go. That one popped into place. It's all snug, so you can use them this way, you can use them this way, which I'm not sure yet what I'm going to use them for, but I decided to keep them and put them together. There's only 6 of them. I'll put a link below to the ones I bought, and then if you want to look further into other types, oh my gosh, it's a rabbit hole, because I was looking for something like clear display case is what I started looking for. Oh, now what are these for? This came with it too. I don't know what these were for. I didn't use them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of them. I guess I better look in the instructions to see what these were for. I didn't use them. I will look in the instructions. I don't know what this is for, and I already threw them away. Okay, well, never mind. I didn't need them. Unless it's for the door, but there's 5 of them in 6 boxes. No, there's 5? 1, 2, no, there's 6. I made 6. Don't know. Okay, but got them on Amazon. I'll put a link below to the ones I bought, and then if you still want to go look for more and different varieties, you can. They're different sizes. Because I was initially thinking of crochet hooks. The depth of this would work for standing up the crochet hooks, but these are not see-through. So my other idea was just having them there and putting my to-do projects. You know, when you get the yarn that you want to use for a project, if it's not like 10 balls or something, you could put one in each of these. And it's protected. And when you're ready to get to that project, it's all there. And the way that I'm doing my projects this year, I have my honey bucket list, and I have my honey bucket, and I have my quick and easy playlist. And then I have yarn that I want to use. So what I thought I could do with this is, as I go through my yarn, as I get my yarn, put some of the yarn in there that I want to use for the project. And that'll be part of my honeydew bucket. It'll become there. I can number these and say, okay, work on project 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be something in my honey bucket now. Then I'll pull the stuff out that I put in here and work on it. And then when I'm done, I can put it back in here and save it. So the other thing I did was, you know those fabric square cubes that you kind of put together and you put them in the wooden cubes? I had a bunch of those that I had put away because I've been buying lots of storage containers. So I had the shelving unit, and I put those on the shelving unit. I have 6 of them, and what I've done in my mind is numbered them 1 to 6, and I've put my whips in there. Things that I had when my honeydew bucket list says work on a whip, I can go pull one out. But instead, I've put multiples in each because they're bigger. So some of the projects are smaller, like my water bombs are just a water bomb. And what I did was I just put the water bombs in a bag, and then what I'll do is I'll go pull blanket yarn to make more water bombs when I pick that out. So what I've done is put more than one project in one of the cubes, and then if I pick that cube number, I just pull a project out. And then I have I have another square. Yeah, this is my organization skills. This is what I do when I organize. The problem is a lot of the stuff's out of sight, and that's a problem with us bees. We need to see our things to know we have them, or we forget we have them, and we either buy more or they never get used. So that is one of the problems my bug has. But by putting the paper in my honey bucket list, that will give me the opportunity to actually go and do that. I'm getting more done in this first few months than I've gotten done all last year because I'm using this technique to make things. It's keeping me going. It's keeping me going on a project. And now I have that one hat. Deb made some for me. Deb made one with me. And I haven't got to the hat yet because I really wanted to get my Mystery Yarn Challenge project done, and I did. And I will be putting up a video about that soon because it's the end of the month, and I finished it, and I'm really surprised I finished it because how tedious it ended up being, but I did it, and I like it. I used only the things that I was given in my Mystery Yarn Challenge. In one, oh no, I used buttons. I did add some buttons, but other than that, all the yarn, I used everything in the challenge, and I made one thing, which is technically the goal of the challenge, to make one thing with one project with everything you get. That is the goal. It's hard sometimes, okay, because of, anyway, I'm getting off topic. But I have 6 cubes, and if I put numbers in my honey bucket list, 1 through 6, and I will pull a project out of one of those. And then what I can do is with these, I can go through my stash, and the yarns that in my mind I want to make a project with, I can put in these. Now I have a lot of rainbow yarn, which is right there, and that's not going to fit in here. But I do have shiny yarn, so I can pull out a bunch of my shiny yarn and put a bunch of that in here, and so then I can work on a project with that. I have pom-poms. I have pom-pom yarn. I can pull a bunch of my pom-pom yarn out and put that in one of my projects. So that way it's out here when I'm ready to use it, or if it says just pick a project, I can grab one of these and pick something and make it. And it doesn't have to be big. I can even pull something from my quick and easy list, which has slippers, and it has bags and baskets and dog beds and dog clothes and hats and scarves and sections of stitches for blankets and things, which my idea is now to make squares, swatches of the stitches, and then put them together for a blanket. Or make a section, just make a section, 12-inch section, and keep continuing it. When I get the next one, when I get the next stitch, just continue it on. Make like a 12-inch section of that stitch and stop. And then when I get to the next one, if I pull another stitch, make another one and stop. And then I'll have all these different stitches in this project, whatever I decide, however decide I make it. And even if you make it long, you can make another one and put it right next to it and attach it. So it's not like you're just making something skinny. You can make something wider. Just attach the sections. Or it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. You just make strips of the stitch You know, just do 10 of them. And then you can make something kind of like a mile a minute. Just do strips of the stitch, and then you can attach all the strips together. It's yeah, I make things more complicated because I come up with all these different weird ideas. So things become a lot more complicated. Me and Robin, we're on the spectrum, but we're on opposite ends of the spectrum. So opposite. I have so many ideas, and she needs somebody to give her, to do it, to set her on her path. And I just don't have a path. I'm all over the place. So it's really kind of fun. It's fun watching her with her talk about her her planning of her projects. So okay, I wanted to talk about this and show you, and I'll give you a link to this because it is a kind of a neat organization thing. Not always necessary, but you know, we don't always do things that are necessary. And it does give you a way to stack up without getting a lot of heavy boxes. The wire cubes like Julie got are great. A lot of those can be gotten at like toy stores. They don't really have toy stores anymore, but they have them. I used to have them in colors and use those because they are portable. I had a whole lot of them. You can probably find a lot of those people are getting rid of, but they're lightweight. You can configure them any way you want. They're not always that cheap, but you can find a good deal on them sometimes. You can't put a lot of heavy stuff up high. You can go wide, but yeah, you don't want to put heavy stuff on those wire ones. And the wood ones can get really heavy, and they can get, you have to put them together, and yeah, they can get really expensive. Even IKEA. The things I get at IKEA are cheap, and I use them for organization. And, you know, I feel if I get something that's cheap, I can throw it away when I move. I don't have to take it with me because it's cheap. I can buy it again. I can replace it, or I just don't need it. So, yeah. That's what I learned from moving 15 hours to Utah. There was a lot of things I got rid of because I could replace it. If I really wanted it again, I would replace it. And that's how I sometimes decide what I want to keep. I'm having trouble though. I'm trying to get rid of things, and that's not in my mind when I'm looking at it. I'm looking at where can I put it instead of should I throw this away because I haven't used it. It's been hidden away for a long time and I haven't used it, so should I just throw it away? No, instead I'm like, okay, let me just put it here. No, 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 no. I'm losing track of my goal to get rid of the things I'm not using that I really don't need, that like my painting stuff. I haven't done my painting in 3 years. So I need to go through the paints. The paints aren't going to be any good anymore, so I need to get rid of all the paints. Because if I ever want to do it again, paint's cheap. I can buy the paints. Get rid of the used brushes, the nasty used brushes, and then pack everything up in a nice little whatever's left, and then it's in a small container. If I want to do it again, I have that. And then if I don't want to do it again, I get rid of that. And I take it to the thrift store and somebody else can paint again. But then I still have that. I did get rid of the canvases already because I had a stack about 3 feet high that I had purchased, and I'm not using them. Somebody else can enjoy them. So I got rid of those. So now I have to go through, the paint, get rid of the paint, and then keep my supplies. And then I have a small, they could all fit in something this size. So yeah, that's my goal, is if I can replace it, and I'm not using it, I get rid of it. Because a lot of stuff, I can just get it at the Dollar Tree if I want it. I did that with the kitchen appliances, the hand utensils. I tried to get strainers that were collapsible instead of the big bulky ones. I got rid of the big bulky ones, and I've got some of the collapsible ones. Funnels, I have a couple funnels, but yeah, I had 2 sets. So you put things in a cupboard and you forget they're there, and then you don't know where it is, and you have to buy another one. And things are so cheap at the dollar store, you just buy it anyway instead of going and looking for it. So yeah, that's what I do, because I'm a bee. I have to see my things to know where they are, to know that I have it. So that's one of the problems I get into. That's why all this stuff's out here visible, that drives some people crazy. But I forget I have it if I don't see it, and that means I'm not going to use it. I have a whole storage unit with stuff in it that I probably, well, there's collectibles in there that I'm definitely keeping because they're going to be for my son, but to give them to my son, I have to put them in plastic tubs because they're going to go in his basement, and to be protected I have to put them in plastic tubs. If there's a you know, in Utah everybody's got a basement, but they're livable basements, but to keep the animals out of it, to keep the bugs out of it, I got to put everything in plastic tubs. So I'm going to be having to go through and get all that stuff out, and he said there's a place he can put them, so I'm going to get that ready and take those over to him, because he'll get them eventually. They're just sitting in there. If he wants to decorate his basement or something, he can. But anyway, this way he'll have them. He has a house. He's going to be there for at least 10 years because he's got a mortgage. So, and they'll be in a room, and someday they might be worth money. I don't know. It's NASCAR. He likes NASCAR. Well, actually, he doesn't watch NASCAR anymore, but somebody might. He can sell it if he needs some money. So, anyway, yeah, I got off topic. But I haven't done a video for a while, so it's nice talking to y'all. And, yeah, I'm going to be doing, yeah, you're going to see this. I'm going to put up a regular video, but if you want to do the April Mystery Yarn Challenge, send me an email. I know few people already have because April's coming, so go ahead and do it. I want to get, you'll have about a week. I'll put up a video tonight when I get home. I wanted to do that anyway, but I'll give you a little heads up. Go ahead and do that now. Send me an email if you want to be in April's Mystery Yarn Challenge. If you already know about it, I don't need to tell you, but I'll put the game rules inside the video when I put it up, okay? All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.